This is one of many piles of rubbish. There's a pile of rubbish for every occasion, I'd suggest to you. This one, the artist made lots of these. I reckon if you went on eBay, you might be able to get yourself one. Very what do you say about this? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. This one, if you were in a gallery, would you resist temptation or pick a sweet, take a sweet? Particular favourite, I'm just really intrigued with this work because you can't see how the shark's supported. So if anybody can find that out, I'd be interested to know. Nothing's off limits. Even really the impossible thing becomes possible. There's a few bodily functions. They really love bodily functions, contemporary artists. Is this cute or really a bit it's creepy, really? To see this one in its full glory, you're invited to go to Mona. They own it, and it's glorious. And this one, this is actually not the original of this one, because the original, somebody flicked the switch and turned the cooler off. So what is wrong with this stuff? What's wrong with contemporary art? A lot of people think that it's just out to shock and to really, it's a bit of a con trick, and it's just an elitist game that people in the arty-farty world play. But I don't think it's works like that. To me, I think the trouble with contemporary art is that we think about it and it kind of makes sense that it should be a visual experience, but actually it's got much more to do with listening. But before I go there, why should we bother looking at this sort of art? But I think despite the fact that there is this kind of huge upsurge in interest in art museums, that a lot of people really haven't got a way into it. That they might like going, but do they actually stop and look at many artworks? And how much time do they spend actually looking? There's a statistic I got, and that says that it was looking at an exhibition, and they discovered that the average time people spend looking, if they bother to look at all, is less than 5 seconds. I often hear people say things like, "It's not well made. My 6-year-old could do better than that. It's not even, she hasn't even made it herself. Where's the skill in that?" Or it's messy, or it's unfinished, or it's too ordinary, or it smells. I actually heard that one today. The thing is, all these judgments are right. The viewers actually get to the heart of the matter with almost no effort at all. It's what they do next, though, that makes all the difference. If that judgment is just the end of it, and that's their last word, well, go home. But it doesn't have to be that way. What's really fantastic about contemporary art is that if we listen carefully to the bad behaviour, to its bad behaviour, we have a chance to kind of encounter our fears, our disappointments, our prejudices, things we haven't thought through before, including really interesting stuff. As Socrates said, a life unexamined is not worth living. And that goes for the bits that aren't going as well as we'd like. Because isn't it in the things that are going a bit belly up, that's when we do our real learning. And it's the same with contemporary art. It's the things that are a bit odd or off in some way that are the keys into the meaning of the works. So, I think the process for looking at contemporary art goes like this. 1. Decide to stop and listen to a work that at first glance you feel like it's pushing you away by its bad behaviour. Name up what it is that you don't like. Examine those don't likes. Where did they come from? Are they learned? Do they affect your behaviour? Do you really think this way? And then have a conversation in and around those don't likes and the things you discover. It's as simple as that. So what's wrong with contemporary art? What's wrong with contemporary art is in fact what's right about it. All we have to do is listen.